Hi, you all. I am here as a spokesmodel for HIV Stops With Me 2023 campaign. I am Tytus LaRue James Gibson Jackson, but you can just call me Tytus when I'm on Broadway. I am here with the question of the month for July. We just celebrated America's Independence Day. You know, that's up in the air as far as what it really is, and I guess you could say it was white America's independence from Britain, because, you know, we wasn't all free. Anyway, for the question of the month, being that we did just celebrate the 4th of July on the 4th of July, do I feel like, as someone living HIV undetectable, do I feel like my independence has been lost? Is the question. That's a good question. I did feel for a second my independence was lost, as far as just independently being as promiscuous as I might have wanted to be growing up, and being like, oh, I can't do that because of this, or not knowing, or, you know, and a lot of you might say, oh, you should just not be promiscuous at all, you know, but I don't yuck any yums, and I'm very open about my healthy sex life, and the sexual being that I am, Scorpio, all my Scorpios, but I've learned on this journey how to have healthy sex, and not just safe sex, but healthy sex, because they would say that safe sex would be no sex at all, which is abstinence, and healthy sex is sex, but doing it in a healthy way, knowing each other's statuses, being up to date with getting tested for people who are in open relationships, making sure that's like, okay, it's this time, let's go get tested together, you know, hoping that we both have been being safe, or, you know, been practicing healthy practices for healthy practices for sex. I would say that I felt my independence was, you know, lost because of what I didn't know, the education that I didn't know, and now that I have gained proper education and am still learning, and am on a journey, and have peers to help me through the questions that we all have, you know, is the same. I have learned so much, and I feel like I have gotten my independence back, you know. I don't think that it was so detrimental to my life. I feel like that was something small. I didn't feel like my independence was lost, or just being me. HIV never stopped me from being Tytus LaRue James Gibson Jackson. So in that sense, I did not ever lose my independence. But on some things like just not knowing and not feeling safe and being a little afraid, I was at a point where I was afraid of my blood. I was like, oh, I don't even want, oh no, don't look at it, don't touch it. There was just, so I remember when this was happening, and my friends were like, I just had people around me that were very caring and loving. And so if I had lost independence a little bit on other things that I might not have recalled, I had friends there to lift me up and to help me, you know. And I know being independent is doing things on your own, INDEPENDENT, but I do know what that means. But I had friends and family and loved ones to be there to support me while I was, you know, going through whatever I might have been going through, and they weren't so loud about helping me, so in a sense I probably felt like I was still being independent and figuring it out. But I love that I have people around me. So you can be independent and have friends and family support and love you and help lift you up when you don't feel as strong in your own independence, and I had that, so a little bit, but not really. Child, because I am slaying HIV. Y'all have a great one and be well. I hope that I could have helped in any kind of way. Mwah. HIV stops with me.